we're working really hard to make sure the envelope on this house, as in any other house, is as good as it can be. We're trying to keep out water, we're trying to keep out air, we're trying to maintain air quality within the house as well. On the exterior of the house, we've added 2 inches of foam board that is taped at every seam, and then we've put siding over the top of it.
When you take a thermal camera and you take a picture of the building, you can see, even though the drywall is up, you can see the lines of the studs because there's a weak thermal break in the building. So when you add this 2 inches of insulation, you diminish that loss of energy by putting the foam on the outside that comes across all of the studs.
So this truss is 20 inches tall. We've got 11, maybe 12 inches of open cell insulation in there. Add on top of that, the tapered roof insulation is completely sealing this house. On the interior of the walls, you'll see open cell foam insulation. So we should have a very robust wall system.
I'm Mark Ullman with Advanced Energy Services, and we're going to do a blower door test today.
So essentially, he's going to depressurize the building by 50 pascals. That simulates a 25-mile-an-hour wind. And then by doing that, we can actually find these tiny little hidden leaks. We can actually seal them up before we drywall.
What we have here is a smoke pen. What this is going to do is, as Mark turns up the blower door, we're actually going to be able to detect where we have air being pulled out of the building, or smoke in this case being pulled out of the building, down to like the smallest increment, and we're going to come along with some foam or some caulk and make sure those holes are closed. You actually see a little bit of movement there. Look at that. That's actually air being pulled in. You can see the smoke being pushed.
So Scott finds this tiny little leak right here. We can just take the foam insulation where we find the leak, and we just spray the foam in there.
There's little gaps every so often where the electricians have left stuff, and we're trying to make sure that we get a precise air seal. We're definitely not going to have a leakage in the middle of the wall like this, but we're going to have it on the edge or as studs, where studs are gathered.
The structure is pretty tight already, even without the drywall.
Their energy bills are going to be lower, their heating bills are going to be lower, therefore less gas, less electricity being used.